You ready? You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to 8-Bit Adventures Plays Dark Matter. I'm your Galaxy Master, Matthew Tucker, and I shall be continuing our ongoing adventures of the crew of the ship that they have not yet found.
That doesn't sound ominous.
So, quick recap of the information regarding the game in case you are just joining us. I am in an unusual place. I'm sitting here in the center seat for this sort of shorter campaign-ish session to give our regular dungeon master, Sean Hayes, a break, allow his brain to regenerate a little bit and come up with some new exciting stories for Tales of Jamara.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Great.
Dun, dun, dun. Come on! In the meantime, we are going to be playing Dark Matter, a setting that was created by Mage Hand Press. You can find more about the Dark Matter setting at magehandpress.com, conveniently enough. So, we are down a person, which happens.
It is right after the holidays, you know, we're in that weird stretch between Christmas and New Year's. What day is it? What time is it? Where am I?
I don't know where I am. Oh, wait, I'm in the studio. I'm doing a show. Focus!
Roll perception.
1. It's always a 1 right now. So, to the Galaxy Master's left, rocking the gnomish artificer, named Cornflakes, it's Courtney Bolin.
Hey, everybody.
To her left is Lily. What? Why are you pointing?
No, I'm pointing down to Sean.
Oh, right. Yes. You're paying attention to the screen.
I'm paying attention to the screen.
I have to pay attention to the camera.
Yeah.
To Courtney's left, played by Sean Hayes, it's Lily, the Elven Artificer.
We rock the party that rocks the piñata.
That's right.
For this is the way.
To Sean's left, playing Autumn, the Sorcerer. Human Sorcerer?
Half-elf sorcerer.
Half-elf Sorcerer. I'll get them eventually. It's still new, people!
Hi, this is the elf table.
That'll help. Right, the only human is...
That will help.
Not here.
Not here.
Not here.
We're humanless tonight.
It's cookies tonight.
That's right.
They're
We're
cookies.
also dudeless tonight.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's true. Anyway, it's Chad Tarvas. So where we left off...
Cornflakes is dying.
Yeah.
Robot's been exploded. A door has been breached.
Cornflakes dying.
Spider bots are incoming. And
Concentrate.
everything is horrible.
And we have no idea where Jacko is.
Just disappeared, you know. These things happen.
So, Autumn and Jacko split up to search other parts of the ship while Cornflakes and Lily were headed to try and get access to the room that is supposed to have the lift in it. They opened up the door, and on the other side of the door were mechanical spiders.
Yeah, no.
The mechanical spiders go splody.
I didn't even have to come up with that fact about the monster.
It's true. That's an actual fact about the splody drowns.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Cornflakes is down. Hearing the commotion, Autumn has come running and is down the hall. For the sake of simplicity, we'll come out of initiative.
Okay.
Cornflakes is down. Lily and Autumn, what's your pleasure?
So, if I remember right, the door is open.
The door was open. They reclosed the door.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
I,
we reclosed-
I did that instead of casting Cure Wounds,
Right.
which I will do now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there any spiders in the hallway?
No.
Okay. So,
The last one got blown back into the other room.
cool. All right, guys. So, am I right? Are you guys dealing with spiders?
We were dealing with spiders.
How much did I get back?
A grand total of 8
Cool.
meat points.
Cool.
And they're behind that door, right?
Yes, I would very much suggest that we do not go back into that room.
No, not doing it. No, well,
What?
not.
But what if we open that door, I use my fireball spell, and incinerate all of them?
I mean,
So the
that's
problem is
kind
they
of what
explode.
That's what I tried to do.
Right.
So we would have explosions upon explosions. That is why she was
That's why
bleeding
I was.
out.
Yeah.
So
That's what I tried to do.
I agree with keeping the door closed.
Yes.
Do we think we might have a minute?
I think the door is pretty securely shut. From what we can tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no indication
Because the
that
spiders weren't opening the door. On
Correct.
that was us. That was totally me on the back
I'm sorry,
of.
not a minute. Much faster than that. Cornflakes, you are all set.
Better.
I'm quite sorry that you were caught in several explosions.
I'm sorry about your that I was riding. They were pretty fun.
Yes, so let's take care of that as well.
That was fun
and I'm
up
going to pull
there.
out my toolkit. And I'm going to start assembling the pieces, and they start coalescing together with magical tinkering. And I will expend a spell slot to revive my steel defender.
Very good.
Can I get back on top of him?
Mecha Iggo restored.
So yeah. I just have to check how many hit points it comes back with.
It's an important detail.
Yeah. I'm inclined to... I believe it comes back at full hit points, but that seems really good.
Yeah, that does seem really good.
So, but...
I mean, you're not in combat, so it's less really good, but it is still really good.
I had a notebook. I don't know where it went.
So you guys can continue while I'm
Yes.
looking this up.
So, should we just make our way down the hallway? Should we just keep going on?
Now,
Well, this hallway ended in this door.
yeah, this is where
Correct.
this
Gotcha.
hallway
So we would have to go
ended.
back the way
So we'd
we,
have to double back. Knowing that this room is all just spiders, these floaty spiders, I am definitely not opposed to doubling back and seeing if we can find a different way. Because floaty spiders are no. I don't like spiders anyway, and floaty spiders just no. So I am of the opinion that we should double back.
I think that's sensible enough. So for the ruling, it does come back with full hit points. It takes a minute for it to sort of reconstitute itself.
Okay.
So it only costs me an action to do it, but then
Okay.
It takes
It-
a
it has a
minute.
1 minute startup sequence.
Okay. Fair enough.
That works.
So, at this point, your options are go back through the door, double back, and take the path not taken, which is going to potentially lead you to another way around the ship, or there's the crawl spaces.
I mean, I'm not. I crawl spaces.
Which are relatively accessible throughout the various sections of the hallway.
Are the crawl spaces still? So I'm assuming these are like vents and stuff.
Think more
Is this
like
Die Hard?
no,
like
no,
Jeffrey's tubes.
Yeah, this is more like Star Trek. Jeffrey's tube, like crawling repair ways.
Cool, got you.
So not, the ubiquitous air vents that you see in all sorts of movies, but also not something you can walk through.
Cool.
They can speak for themselves. I'm 3'6". I might just have
You
to
might
crouch
have to
a little.
crouch.
Yeah, you might have to crouch a little bit, but
Press B to crouch.
They're not air vents. They're sort of maintenance shafts that are designed to have people crawl through.
them.
Cool. So these
Air vents
are
are not.
intentional crawl spaces.
These are
Yes.
intentional crawl spaces.
yes.
I'm all for taking the crawl spaces, guys.
Well, I that certainly looks like it's 2 votes against 1. Where is Jacko?
He said that he had some unfinished business to take care of.
Oh.
Could he have unfinished to do whatever?
I don't know. I'm going to. Well, we can certainly use this as if he encounters anything as a distraction to pull forces away from wherever we're going toward him.
Yeah.
He can certainly take care of himself, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
He'll probably enjoy it if I know him well enough.
I'm sure he will.
He's a big guy. I'm not too worried about him.
So, I guess we are going to the crawl space.
Let's. Oh, can what's his name?
Iggobot.
Iggobot?
Yes.
Can Iggobot fit?
I mean, he's medium size.
Yes.
And
Okay.
It's sort of like a. He'd have to like flex down, or an actual creature of this type would have a hard time. The robot version probably less so.
we also have Cornchip, my fox familiar, who if Cornchip gets hurt, he just disappears. For a
Oh,
while.
can Cornship scout ahead and like kind of figure out like, oh well, like if we come up to like can go left and right and like can you talk with Cornships?
I can. All right, Cornchip, we have a job for you. I need you to go through this vent, and I need you to make sure that we are not going to be in danger and which ways to go. And which room exactly are we going to again, guys? Just so Cornchip knows.
We needed to get to the elevator, right?
Yes.
We're going. All right. So your job, Cornchip, is to find an elevator. Do you think you can do that? All right. Cornchip is in.
I'm in love with this. This is gorgeous. I'm
So-
so happy right now.
Your fox familiar dutifully, and without any problem, because it's quite a bit larger than needs be, heads into the crawl space. Remind me as to familiar rules.
So, if it's within,
100 feet?
I believe it's within 100 feet, you can see through its eyes and hear through its ears,
Okay.
but then you are blinded and deafened to your own
Right.
senses.
You can communicate with it telepathically.
So
As
for
an
Courtney's
action.
brain to be able to figure this out, Cornchip is oh my god. Words. Caleb's
Frumpkin?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yes, if it's within 100 feet, you can communicate telepathically as an action, see through its eyes and ears.
I lose all my senses.
You also gain the benefits of any special senses that it has.
So like if it has like dark
Right.
vision and you don't.
As an action, you can dismiss your familiar into a pocket dimension.
I can communicate with it telepathically.
So are you choosing to ride your familiar as the familiar travels the path, or are you going to wait for it to come back?
I am going to ride with my familiar.
Okay. Cornchip goes through the crawlway, and it is straight and relatively nondescript. There are several corners that are sort of 45-degree angles along the path, along the internal of the ship. Eventually, it comes to a small door.
All right, Cornchip. What are you seeing?
I see a door. There's a panel to the right of me.
What description does the panel have, Cornchip?
It looks like an access panel.
All right. Do you see any enemies or anything near that door? Do you hear any weird things? Sense any weird things?
No, nothing.
Okay. Why don't you come back and I'm going to let the others know, all right?
You feel the affirmative, and Cornchip begins to head back your way.
All right, guys. There's an access panel over there, and there's some weird door thing going on. Cornchip's on its way back. Doesn't seem to be any enemies. Seems like we're completely free. So I think we're safe to just go.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to use my second use of magical tinkering to take one of the panels that are left over from one of the spider bots.
Okay.
And again, put it up next to the crawl space, and just basically put a message on it that says "We went this way, Jacko or Jacko."
Okay.
Jacko and an arrow.
Yes.
So once Cornchip gets back, do you guys want to have Cornchip lead and we'll go behind just in case something changes along the way?
Yeah.
Was the path relatively straight?
There was some 4 to 5 degree angles to it, but mostly pretty straight.
But there were no forks or intersections or anything.
No.
I don't
why don't
know
we
if
just
that's
go,
really necessary.
Why don't we just go meet him? If yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Meet him halfway and then have them lead us the rest of the way.
Sure.
I think Iggobot and I will bring up the rear.
Okay.
I guess I'll take the lead.
Okay. I'll go right behind you, Autumn. Alrighty.
You make your way through the crawl space. It's it's not claustrophobic as crawl spaces go. There's room for the tallish people along your shoulders and head. You're not bumping into anything as long as you're crawling. You need to crouch.
It's kind of like going through caves.
Yeah.
That are they're like 5 foot, like 5'1", so I just gotta go like that when I'm going down through caves.
Oh, this is like that puzzle room in Albany.
Yes. Yes, pretty much.
Where I was able to crab walk through the through the corridor.
Yes.
You arrive at the door. Mm-hmm. It's as described. And as you saw, it is a smaller version of the hatch from the outer hallway. There's a key panel on the right side.
Does this key panel open? Do we know if this key panel is to this door?
Presumably.
Okay. Can I roll an investigation to see if we find anything wrong in this area?
Hashtag overthinking it.
I'm like, I wanna just go up and start pushing buttons.
Perhaps we should just try the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is just just go up and just start pushing buttons. Because the whole thing is this hallway and stuff. It shouldn't there shouldn't be any tricks in here because the whole point of this is so that people who are on this ship to begin with, like, they wouldn't have wanted, like, the mechanics and the engineers and stuff. They'd want to be able to just, like, get through to where they have to go. So, like, there's no point for them to have blocked this off or done something to make their lives harder.
And like we discussed with the larger version, whenever there's any sort of catastrophic crisis, there are doors that shut down. Just all of them shut.
Yeah.
Whether it's necessary or not.
Right.
The indicator is that there's not an issue with what's on the other side of this door.
Yeah.
The doors are all relatively clearly marked as to whether or not they're locked, whether or not there's atmosphere on the other side.
Is there any insignia or markings on the door that would signify where it leads to?
There is deck and section identifier information, which is consistent with what you know from where you docked and connected the umbilicus.
I'm like waiting for a dumbwaiter to show up so I can just get in that thing and just go on down with it.
This is the future. There are no dumb waiters.
There's only smart waiters.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. Not quite inspiration worthy, but close. Close.
So you just have to make more dad puns.
From the creators of the smartphone comes the smart waiter.
Yeah, I say let's like start pushing some buttons, seeing if we can get the door open.
Okay. The door takes a moment to sort of process and cycle, and then, without too much process, opens up into sort of an antechamber. You can stand up in this room. It's approximately 10 foot square. There is a hatch on the floor, and then there is sort of a half ladder with a hatch on the ceiling.
Okay, are we talking like a half ladder, like it's just like the rungs and half of them, or half of the length?
It doesn't go from floor to ceiling.
Okay. Sorry, I was thinking like you cut a ladder in half.
No, not vertically, horizontally. It's a horizontal half ladder.
Okay.
So that you could start climbing, but be
kind
able
of
to...
kind of like an escape, kind of like the fire escapes in like Manhattan apartments and stuff. That starts like 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet, 7 feet up.
Right.
I realized 4 feet was really little.
So it's the top half, not the bottom half. That's there.
Correct.
Gotcha.
The room is hexagonal. You've entered in through one of the edges. In front of you was a wall, and then two of the hex sides are similar doors.
Okay.
There are circuitry access points on the walls. There are some arcane panels or arcane consoles that you can access for information if you're interested. They're probably mostly going to provide you intership information, perhaps more detailed than what you saw in the room, perhaps not.
I think at the very least to try and see where precisely we are.
Yeah, I
And
need
to
a
determine
map
if there's
to say like you are here.
Yes, if there's a direct route to the cargo bay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's where we need to get. So.
Correct. Or if perhaps there's any signatures of these artifacts that we found in the manifest.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll access one of the consoles.
Okay. Roll me your data.
I'm gonna use my new ranger die.
Woo!
19.
Without any problems, you access the accessible common ship maintenance databases in order to get a map of the ship.
Yes.
The
Map acquired.
the ship being it's a light cruiser, but it's still a cruiser, so it is large. It is approximately 16 decks in size. There are clear and consistent notes of damage or other sensor errors for the front half of the ship. You know, based on the external view, that not the whole front half is damaged, but you're presuming that whatever's past that half that might not be damaged is damaged physically, is damaged through the arcane connection with the rest of the ship.
Okay.
It's possible there's no power to it.
The reason that there is any ship left is the dark matter drive is stable but offline. So it was deactivated prior to the crash.
Okay.
Because, as you would know, the void crystals required to get the dark matter engine to do what it does are not entirely stable, and if taken out of containment tend to go boom.
Yep.
They were stabilized. It does not appear that you can access that part of the ship, however. You're getting data back from the reactor, which is roughly in the middle of the ship on this model, but you cannot reach the reactor from here.
Okay.
Can't get there from here.
Because there's errors in information as far as that area of the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You're getting a report, but you can't. You're being told it's okay, but you can't see it.
Yep.
Okay.
As far as a route to that main cargo bay that we were looking at.
So that cargo access, you are roughly on. See, I'm trying to get my visual here. You are on deck 7.
Okay.
The cargo bay in question is towards the rear of the ship, taking up decks 13 through 16.
Okay.
With several areas that go a little bit higher up in. It's sort of a sloped space. There's a lot of engine area in that part of the ship for the impulse engines. So sort of the main area is those 3 decks, but it then extends up in. The route you could have taken on the lift looked like one of the more direct routes. It would have taken you to a connector on deck 16 that would have led you into one of the main entrances for the bay. From here, there are several damaged connections. There's sections that have vented atmosphere. It's going to take you longer, and it's going to require that you go up a couple decks if you're using the crawl space network. This ship does appear to have onboard transporter systems.
A shuttle system?
No. So for
Transporter.
So for the sake of our viewers, in
listeners.
the dark matter universe, they have, again, sort of thinking along the lines of magic as technology. They have developed a way of remotely creating teleportation circles and connecting permanent shipboard teleportation circles to the remote teleportation circles. Ships of certain sizes will sometimes have site-to-site transporters that utilize teleportation circles very much like regular old D&D. There are several transporters that are active. There is one a level up and a little ways over.
Oh, okay.
And there is a connector from there to the one of the accesses to the cargo bay. It looks like an upper access.
I think if we can access this transporter room,
Yeah.
we can beam ourselves directly to the cargo bay.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, we can investigate, see if we can find these artifacts there. At the very least, we can find interesting things
Well, cause we're
or profitable things.
yeah, cause basically we're looking for certain things, but anything else that we find, we get to keep.
Correct.
So
Follow-up question.
Yes.
Is there a direct route from the cargo bay back to our ship?
There
Because if not,
Is-
I have an idea.
is not a direct route
Okay.
from the cargo bay back to your ship.
Okay. Because I'm thinking if there's stuff that's, since judging by our physiques,
I mean, we're
we seem
strong,
to be-
independent women who don't need no man, but we do need a little brawn.
we seem to have left the one that we had tasked with carrying all of the heavy equipment with us.
There is, as you have this conversation, and for the sake of the players, I'm going to say that this is not necessarily directly impacting you. I don't want you to think into it too much. But a distant alarm begins to sound. And there's a little bit of a shake and rumble of the ship.
Oh, dude, I can actually hear it. This is great.
Damn it, Jacko.
No, this is all part of the plan.
And you hear a rumble outside.
Like outside?
Like
in the...
outer space.
You're presuming as such.
Okay.
It's distant,
Okay.
and it does not seem to be
Immediately affecting us.
immediately affecting you. You are able to determine from the panel that you're looking at that
Reavers. Wait, no, I don't want to put that idea in his head.
I have a physics
Quandary?
question.
yes.
Is how would we be able to tell if there was rumbling and shaking externally from the ship?
So you don't.
Okay.
There is rumbling and shaking to the exterior.
Okay. To the hull.
So
To the exterior hull.
there's hull noise.
Okay. I'm having a moment of like, there's no sound in space.
You don't hear something out in space.
Yeah.
You hear something to the outer
Affecting
sections
the
of the hull.
Okay.
And a distant alarm sounding.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's go time, ladies.
Yeah,
Now, here's what we can do: is do we want to leave one person behind to activate the beaming systems for beaming cargo and persons carrying cargo directly onto the ship.
So I'm a little bit slower than you guys, because that's why I like riding Iggobot. But I can stay behind if I can reach the. Can I reach the panel to get us to? If I can reach it, I can stay behind and get us so that we can. I can work the panel to so that we can get back to the ship with the transport.
Maybe it's a ship built for humans. That doesn't mean.
Yeah, so I'd have to. Yeah.
At the very least, I'm sure we can find you a step stool.
Or a crate, something, but you know.
But is that an option that we would like to pursue?
I think.
And we can discuss this on our way there because we have to head there anyway.
Let's start heading there. I think, personally, maybe having one person leave early, as opposed to one person staying behind. So, like, once we, like, get to the door...
So we determine what we want to beam, and then one person heads back.
One person heads back, the other two start to take it, and that way it's all ready to go when the other two get there, and we can just go.
Lily, you hear a noise coming from... So there's the doorway, the crawl door that you came in through.
Yes.
The left-hand door, in that space, you hear an anti-grav humming type noise.
Anti-gravity, that door. We may want to move now.
Yeah.
And you said we would have to go up a few floors to get to the transporter room?
So you've got to go up a floor.
Okay.
And then travel a bit to get to...
Okay, so we would need to access basically the half ladder.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna need some help.
I'm going to...
Because I don't have anything to help me get me up there.
Yeah.
Quick point of note, what is you guys' speed?
30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Iggobot's is 40 feet.
Okay.
I mean, just stay on top of Iggobot, and I'll have him jump up first.
Okay. That works.
And try and catch onto the ladder and see if his weight will... If it's, you know, sort of like a fire escape ladder.
If it's like
a
fire escape,
down.
if it, like, pulls down.
Yes.
Yeah. We could do that.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. The weight pulls the ladder so that it comes to ground level.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Let's go.
Yep, let's go. I'm gonna start going.
Okay.
I'll follow behind.
Going up.
I will follow, and Iggobot will again bring up the rear.
Okay, so in the center of the door is a small control panel.
If I can reach it, I will.
You very easily run the control panel and open up the door. At this point...
That's the one thing that I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with on this, is can I reach it?
That door to the left opens, and in fly 4 of the small drones that you encountered in the hallway.
Okay.
The defense drones with the underslung cannons. Roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Come on, new dice.
Are we all on the ladder at this point? Or is this before we start?
Cornflakes is on the ladder.
Okay. So the rest of us haven't gotten onto the ladder yet.
Right.
Okay.
The rest of you were deciding who was next.
That's fine.
This is gonna be good.
You have
Okay.
failed me, Ranger Dice.
And you take disadvantage on your initiative because
I'm on the ladder.
you're on the ladder.
Yeah.
Preoccupied with opening a door.
Yeah, that's about right. Yep.
Okay. 20 or higher?
Oh no.
Oh, that's cute.
15 to 20?
No.
10 to 14?
I got 11.
Okay. Autumn's first. 5 to 10?
8.
7.
Oops, if I roll. Oh, yeah.
Oh, does Iggobot get an initiative?
Iggobot goes on my initiative count.
Ah.
Because essentially, I use a bonus action to command him.
Ooh.
Autumn, Lily, Cornflakes, and the drones.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Autumn, you're up.
Do I have enough room where I can hit a 20-foot radius without hitting these guys?
Hell no.
Okay.
No, you do not fireball this room.
No.
I just like fire. All right.
Ooh.
I am going to then Witch Bolt one of the... Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to Magic Missile at 2nd level. And I'm going to get 3 darts, so I get 4 because I'm going to do it at 2nd level. And I'm going to hit 2 of the bots 2 times each.
Okay, go for it.
Alright. And then I have to roll d20 for this, I believe.
do.
Right?
Yep.
Oh, that's not good. 9.
Wait, you're casting Magic Missile?
Yeah.
You don't roll an attack with
Oh,
Magic
that's right. Magic Missile just
Magic
hits.
Missile just hits.
Okay.
Right, I forgot that Magic Missile does that.
Do you have a few d4s?
I do have a few d4s.
Thank you.
Can you
You
use
need 3 d4s?
3 d4s. Alright. And then a dart deals 1d4 plus 1.
Because you get 4 darts, right?
Yep.
At level 2.
So that's 2 plus 1 is 3. 6. 9. Wow, all 2s. 12. And so that would be split 6 each.
Yep. Each drone that you hit explodes and falls to the ground inert.
Sweet.
Lily, your turn.
Glad I didn't need fireball.
When do you want to do the timing of Smuggler? Because it says when I roll initiative, and I'm not surprised, I can use my reaction to shoot something.
Oh. So that would be...
Do you want me to do that like when initiative is rolled immediately?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, let's handle it that way.
Okay. Sorry, Courtney. Oh wait, it's my turn anyway.
It is
my
your
turn coming up
but
anyway.
You were supposed to have taken that shot before Autumn.
Yes.
So the ruling has been made. That's how we'll handle it in the future.
Yeah. That is an 18
Oh yeah.
to hit.
Very good.
Do you want me to roll my repeater damage?
Sure.
Okay.
There we go.
That's 11 radiant damage.
Yeah, that one's down.
Also, so just because it was discussed last time, energy damage ignores the whole, like, this isn't a magic weapon and therefore damage is halved. Because it's not bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage. It's energy damage. This only matters because, like, all of the weapons in Dark Matter deal some form of energy damage. And
Right.
not bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing damage.
Yes. So
So that's why it's not as relevant.
right.
Yeah.
Energy damage is not inherently magical. It is energy.
It is
damage.
energy, yeah.
Right.
But
that is correct.
But the magical resistance that, like, werewolves and demons and stuff have only applies to quote-unquote non-magical weapon damage.
correct.
So, yeah. That's it. The fun little mechanics work for the people that are interested in them.
Yeah.
So, that was something that came up this week on Twitter.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. And I was like, oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeremy Crawford. For answering a question I didn't ask. Okay, so now that's that. So 3 are down.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Out of how many again?
4.
3 out of 4.
Okay.
I will just fire another shot.
Okay.
That's a 10.
That is a miss.
Oh, for my first attack. I have 2 attacks. Because I'm a battlesmith. That's a 21.
That's a hit.
Oh, that's 3 radiant damage.
It's a solid shot, and it seems to... It's staggered by it, but it's still up and functioning.
Okay, well, that's fine. Iggobot kill. As my bonus action. Oh. That misses with a natural 1.
Oh, okay then.
Oh, into the box.
The drone is particularly mobile in this particular instance.
So, yes, but Iggobot's going to remain engaged with
Okay.
that drone.
Very good. Cornflakes, you have a choice.
Yep.
Because upon opening up the door, you heard the door open and there's the drone on the ground.
Yep.
But as you're looking up, you realize that there is a robotic humanoid figure on the ladder climbing down. So it's head first headed towards you.
Head first headed
Yeah.
towards me.
About 15 feet up.
God. I am so not okay.
It's a robot. It doesn't have vestibular problems.
I'm gonna
I didn't sign up to play
that.
the ring.
It's gonna put its head towards the direction it's going.
Let's befriend it. No, just kidding.
No, we're gonna firebolt that fucker.
I didn't sign up for any of this Samara shit.
I'm gonna firebolt that.
Okay.
Because I don't want that thing coming anywhere near me.
Okay.
A natural 20 to hit.
That hits just fine.
Yup.
And a natural 20 maximizes damage.
It was an unnatural 20.
Oh, unnatural 20.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
it was modified
okay,
20.
So
Sorry.
It is a hit. It does not do cool things.
It is a hit. It doesn't do cool things. That's okay.
Because
Yeah.
Firebolt can crit.
Because it's an attack.
Guiding Bolt can crit too.
Yeah, it's true.
It's really nice when also inflict wounds. It's really nice when inflict wounds crits.
Yes.
Hey, I did really good though. 13 points of damage.
That is
Okay.
pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
on
2d10.
2d10, yes, that's right.
2d10.
I was like, how did you get 13 on 2d6?
No, 2d10.
I was like, you don't get to add your ability modifier to damage.
No,
That's this one.
2d10.
And not yet, I
Not yet.
think. Not yet.
Soon. And then, see, it. How did it look after I hit it? Is it still coming, or did it stop?
It is in fact still coming.
Oh shit! And I'm going back down.
Okay, you're gonna use your move to
Use my
get back
20
down to the floor.
Use my 25 movement to get down to the floor, because I don't have that many hit points, and I need to. I'm a strong, independent woman, but I need my friends.
Okay.
You don't need that robot, though.
Exactly. I don't need that robot. I do need my friends.
Okay. The drone is going to reposition itself and take a shot at Robo Iggo. And I presume an 11 is not going to hit.
No.
Okay, so
Actually, I should have given you a card for him too. Armor class 16. for
okay.
Iggobot.
Yeah. So no.
Nice.
It's better than most of us, and more hit points than most of us.
The shot goes wide. The two of them continue to be engaged.
Yes.
The robot
Hey, girls!
continues its climb down, gets just sort of short of the floor, and sort of swings so that its arms are up over its head, its feet land on the ground, and it lets go.
Does one of those cool dismount things.
It detaches from its side it's effectively a morning star. It is it looks like a
Is it a laser morning star?
it's a space morning star, so it's glowing red inside.
I love morning stars.
But it's not a laser morning star. It's not that cool. It does good old bludgeoning damage.
Oh. Okay.
Or piercing damage. No, I'm wrong. It's piercing damage.
Okay.
And it goes and attacks Cornflakes.
Yep.
It is capable of multi-attacking.
No.
Twice with its morning star, once with a slam.
Okay.
Okay.
So smash and grab.
Yes.
Okay.
Its maneuver in order to try and get itself balanced leaves it off balanced. Its morning star swings look impressive, but are clearly aimed at a target that should be taller. And it keeps its feet, but it swings past you,
Okay.
more or less.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Autumn, you're up.
All right. So, listen, guys. I'm gonna go after this Morningstar dude because you're already locked on to the other one with your robot there.
That works for me.
All right. I'm gonna do level 1 fire bolt on this guy.
Okay.
Fire bolt.
Oh wait, sorry, magic missile.
I'm like, I have fire bolt.
That was good. Level
But,
1 magic.
fire bolt's a cantrip. So
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't have
I
to
was
expend
looking
any
at the
spells.
firebolt spell, but in my mind I was thinking magic missile. All right, so I'm gonna magic missile this dude, and that's gonna be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right? 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, 12.
Oh yeah, because magic missile just hits.
The missiles hit it very solidly. It looks to be a little bit more shaken, but it's still coming on strong. Lily.
I'm going to take my first shot at the sentry drone.
Okay.
That's a 22,
Yeah, it's a hit.
and that's 9 points of radiant damage.
The drone explodes.
I'm going to turn and take my second shot at, for lack of a better term, Basherbot. That's 10 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay. I will have Iggobot engage with Basherbot and attempt a Force Rend
Okay.
with a 23 to hit.
Woohoo!
Absolutely hitting.
7 points of force damage.
Okay. Continues to be sort of shaken and weakened, but still more or less unfazed by what's going on at this point. Cornflakes.
Yep, I'm gonna firebolt him again.
Okay.
Are you right next to said bot?
I did my down and back. I would have been moving towards you guys.
So it's a smaller
Yeah, I
room.
know that it's a smaller room.
And I presume it melee attacked you.
Yes. It
went after
missed, but
Yeah. I don't get any like disadvantage or anything because of how close it is.
Ranged attack rolls have disadvantage if you're right next to.
yes.
Right. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
Okay.
So, didn't matter, but
No, that's a good, yeah.
it's why crossbow expert's one of the best spells for, or one of the best feats for ranged people.
And 10 damage.
Because crossbow expert negates that.
That was a very solid impact. You begin to smell the connecting wires in the robot beginning to burn a little bit. The connectors in its left arm have become sluggish, and the arm begins to twitch a little bit. The right arm, which is holding the Morning Star, continues on strong, and it seems refocused on you as its priority target.
Yep.
Iggo is going to use deflect attack with his reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack against Cornflakes.
Very good. Right, I have to do this a bunch of times. Oh.
To be clear, it's only disadvantage against the first attack.
Only against the first attack. All right.
Yes.
So let me reset that now that I'm rethinking that.
Okay.
Okay, so that's nothing. That's on the floor.
That doesn't count.
That one doesn't matter. It's over there somewhere. So only the slam connects.
With a what? What did it hit with?
It hit with a 19.
Damn it. Okay. Yeah, that definitely is gonna.
He has our armor class.
I have your armor
No,
classes.
but I have shield.
Oh,
Oh, right. You can react with
I
it.
have
That's-
shield.
That's a fair point.
that's true. But that's still better than shield.
No,
Yes.
that's why. But that's why I asked. Hit with what? That
Yeah.
way.
Do you not have armor?
I have a tactical nanofiber vest.
Do you not have dexterity?
Not that much. No. No, I don't.
So you have no dexterity.
No, I don't.
Okay. You need heavy armor.
I got what I could afford to start with.
The
We need to find something that fits me.
robot swings with its Morning Star and goes wide, makes a mechanical whine of frustration, and slams and connects really solidly,
Oh no.
connecting Cornflakes and slamming Cornflakes into the wall, doing 12 damage.
And I'm down again.
Oh no.
Because that's how this goes. It's not
Autumn,
a
you're up.
Courtney character unless she goes down.
Has my staff that I have been hit by lightning?
Like ever or today?
just ever. So, in
Roll
order
a
to
D20.
do Witch's Bolt, I need to have a twig.
Oh,
which I
no.
assume...
So, if you have a spell component pouch, you can ignore that component.
Oh, okay. So I can just use it, right?
Or
Yeah,
if
you
you
just-
have a staff, you can ignore that.
Oh, I have a staff.
Because a staff functions so you can use an implement in place of any sort of non-expensive material component.
Oh yeah, so you have
Yeah,
you
so
have
You
arcane
can
focus.
use an orb, a wand, a staff, anything that you're proficient with. So if you have a staff, you don't need to carry a weird twig that's been struck by lightning.
All right. Ignoring my stick that has been struck by lightning that I secretly have and nobody knows.
Are you going to tell us the story of Dark Plagueis?
It's not a story the Jedi would tell you.
And what unlimited power looks like?
I love you guys.
This is the spell.
About to use some force lightning here.
Hashtag Josh here, not here.
All right. I'm going to use a level 3 Witch's Bolt on this guy because he's making me angry attacking Cornflakes over here like this.
So one of the things to be clear about is the damage after the first bolt is not boosted.
I don't think I get a bonus on it anyway.
When you cast a spell slot of second level or higher, it increases it by another D12.
Oh,
So the initial
I
hit
see.
deals 3d12 lightning. But then
Okay.
if you maintain it, it drops back down to 1d12 lightning.
That's fine. So I'm gonna be hitting it with a total of 4. Or no.
So you hit it
5.
with 3.
Yes, and then you can,
more
and then if you do hit, you can automatically maintain it as an action to deal 1d12
Okay.
in future turns.
Oh, it's a concentration. that
is
you-
concentration.
It's totally Palpatine lightning.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
The initial hit sucks, and then you continue to do it.
It was on first glance. It was assumed that the future damage was also boosted, and it went. This is the best first level spell in the game,
Right.
Yeah.
hands down.
Yes.
Okay. So I
And
rolled
then,
it.
oh,
And then they said no.
and then we reread it again and went, oh.
Sad.
So I rolled a hit.
You rolled a hit.
All right. Come on, don't fail me now. 11.
Oh.
That misses.
Uh-oh.
Wah, wah.
All right. Well, tried.
Lily?
Right.
I'm expecting an "oh no, not again" to come out of her mouth.
Well, let's see if we can
Hey, I got some good damage in.
take this thing down, and then I'll patch you right back up. 2 attacks with the repeater. And I will command Iggobot to attack as well. So 1 miss, and then an 18.
Hit.
Okay. For 3 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Back in the box with you. Oh, not quite a crit. 24
Oh, excuse me.
for 7 points of force damage.
Very good. It's looking rough, but continues to function.
I'm also going to yell at the robot. And just say, "We are claiming salvage's rights. Cease and desist at this time." I'm not intending to influence it with a skill or anything. but
Okay.
just, I'm going to make it known that we're
Okay.
claiming salvage's rights.
Candy, don't fail me.
Roll that save.
18! Alright.
18.
So 1 success. That's what I got. 1 success. One
Very good.
success. 1 success. Rack, I'm not gonna die.
I have 2 more spells available that I can use. I mean, technically 3, but I want to save that other second level spell slot.
The robot classifies Iggobot as the greatest threat.
It's not wrong.
Hits with the first Morning Star swing, but isn't able to connect in any further meaningful fashion,
Okay.
doing a total of 8 damage.
Okay. Iggobot HP. Right.
Top of the order, Autumn.
All right. I'm going to use a Witch Bolt, just regular level 1 Witch Bolt,
Okay.
on this guy.
Okay.
All right.
Mess him up.
Listen, I know that we have issues together sometimes, but you can do this. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. 19.
See,
That's
sometimes
it.
your dice
That-
need a pep talk.
That's a hit.
See, sometimes your dice just need a little pep talk.
Sometimes. Me and that dice have had a lot of back and forth. All right, and oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 11.
Okay.
You did good. I love you.
See, positive.
The robot's joints begin to spasm as it seems to be experiencing increased occurrence of malfunction. The smell of burning wires is more significant, but it's
When
still
did this robot
up.
become me?
Can I use Corn Chip? Because a Corn Chip can attack, but it does have battle stuff that it can do.
Okay.
Can I have Corn Chip see if it can find an off switch on this robot?
So, yes. That would be rolling Corn Chip's intelligence,
Okay.
because I presume. Do familiars have proficiencies? Don't think so.
Well, it depends on.
It
what
literally
beast
depends on
it's
what it is,
based
what
on.
animal it
Okay.
is. Yeah.
So some beasts have proficiencies and some don't.
Some don't. And a familiar would not necessarily have proficiencies with Magitech. So-
They certainly would not have proficiency with tech, data, or arcana,
Yeah.
or whatever. It's like perception, maybe acrobatics, maybe
Okay.
athletics.
Sensible things, you're saying.
Things that a normal animal would
So I just get a regular, no bonus.
have. It would likely have an intelligence penalty
Okay.
Right. So let's
Since-
say
since beasts have intelligence too.
right, but it's a spirit
It's a familiar though.
beastie because it's a familiar.
Here, do you have the spell?
I have the spell up, but it
It's
doesn't
not
have...
trinket. It's frumpkin.
It takes the form of an animal you
I mean,
choose.
trinket has more of
Yeah,
a-
it still has the. It has the statistics of the chosen form, though it's just a celestial fae or fiend, your choice instead of a beast.
Okay.
So, yeah, it still has the intelligence of.
So let's say -2.
Okay. 5.
Okay.
No big
Corn
red
Chip
dot.
doesn't see anything. Lily.
I'm just going to. Well, she's not quite dead yet. So
No, I'm not dead yet.
we're going to just continue 2 more shots. Pew, pew.
Pew.
Well, one is a miss, but the other one is a natural 20!
Whoop, whoop.
So that's 13 points of radiant damage plus 2d6.
Very good.
23 points of radiant damage.
That shot hits the connector point between the torso and the robot central processing unit, and it sort of seizes up and collapses to the floor.
Does it still appear to be online?
It does not.
It is not. Okay.
You did killed it.
Okay. Iggobot is simply going to just stand on alert.
Okay.
I will move over to Cornflakes, but I have used my action, so.
Okay.
I like candy. 19. Do-do-do.
You know what happens next turn, right? Is you roll a 20 because you've gone sequentially so far.
18, 19, yeah.
And then it won't matter that you've gotten 3 because you'll just have a hit point and be conscious.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll be able to heal myself a little.
But we won't get to that yet.
Anyway.
Is there anything left?
There's nothing left to fight. Cornflakes is still down.
All right, I don't have any healing stuff to do. I have a robe of items. Can that perhaps contain?
It
Lily can...
might contain healing potions, but I have
Lily has...
3 spell slots left.
Yeah.
Okay, it can contain potions of healing, but I will just let you go ahead and do your thing.
Yes, I will cast a first level Cure Wounds.
Thank you.
Cornflakes. For 6.
I really think that we should like start getting a counter on the bottom of any 8-bit adventures. And like, how many times has Courtney's character gone down?
I think we should just. It's a running total for Courtney,
Yes, no, it's not for my characters.
regardless
It
of
is
game
me.
played.
Yes.
So this also carries over onto like if we're
So this will cover
double streaming
into-
Pokemon or something.
So this will go with 8-bit plays, Dark Matter, 8-bit plays, or
We might as well throw in the art
Leaf
stream.
Dancer.
Courtney somehow falls unconscious during the art stream. Even though she's not on the art stream.
Courtney
Courtney's
falls asleep
meds.
during the art stream.
No, Courtney's meds kick in, and she just like starts spamming emojis.
That's
And then I get blocked.
awesome.
But anyway, so you are now up with
Yep.
6 hit points.
Yep.
Again, Iggobot's just going to stand on alert.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my turn.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself so that I can
And-
actually.
And at this point, we come out of initiative order.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, I'm going to
I get 10 hit points back.
give this robot a look over.
I want his Morning Star. No joke. Can
How
I
are you
wield it?
going to carry a Morning Star of that size?
I got 2 hands.
I mean, gnomes aren't considered small.
They are considered.
They
small.
are
I
considered.
am
They are small
considered small.
creatures.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
They're small creatures.
Yeah.
So it is totally a two-handed weapon.
Yeah, no, I totally
Okay.
like I could do.
That's fair.
Yes.
No, that's allowed.
I wrote SMOL for my size.
Small.
I is small.
Not just small, but small.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Not kidding. I want the Morning Star. Can I wield that?
It's Is it a No, it's a martial weapon. I believe.
The Morning Star martial weapon?
I think so. They really
believe
cut
it-
down on the
right,
number of simple
yes.
weapons.
No, it is a martial weapon.
So, are you proficient with martial weapons?
I don't know. Is she proficient in martial weapons?
I don't
because
think she is,
you're-
because
you'd
Simple
be
melee
proficient-
weapons. I'm not proficient.
You're
with,
not proficient with it.
with martial weapons.
Correct.
I am, however.
Well, yeah.
Wait.
Well,
What
I'm
happens?
so special.
So, question. What happens if I wield something I'm not proficient in?
I'm glad you asked, Cordy. You simply do not add your proficiency bonus.
I'm still taking it.
You use your strength to attack with it.
I'm still taking it.
Okay.
It's just d20 minus 1.
I have a +0, so whatever.
Are you sure you don't want me to carry that in the bag of holding?
I want to try it.
All right. Well, I will continue looking over this robot.
There's nothing magical about it. It's a D8.
-1.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
No.
Yeah, it's a base.
Yeah,
it's
but I don't
base
have
damage.
a minus on my strength.
Oh, you don't?
No, I'm a 0.
Oh.
Huh. That works.
Huh. Okay.
Cool weapon you got there.
Well, you're the strongest one out of the three of us then.
That's hysterical.
That's awesome.
And you're the one who keeps dying or going
That's
unconscious.
problematic when you're when your fighter can't attend the session. Anyway.
I mean, he's not watching it anyway, so.
No, he's not.
I'm like legitimately excited about this Morningstar. I'm not even gonna lie.
What's its name?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure a name for it.
Could this robot be salvaged for parts as a whole? Can it be scrapped into pieces that would fit into a bag of holding?
It definitely could.
Okay.
I mean, it's taken some relatively significant damage, but it's not broken apart. I mean, it was damaged enough to shut it down. It could be refurbished and reutilized.
Should we take this robot, reprogram this robot?
I think it's beyond the point of being able to be reprogrammed.
But not rebuilt.
And
We can
use it?
rebuild him.
Better,
We have the
faster,
technology.
I mean, I'm going to spend the time to try and like decouple, basically remove arms, legs, so that it can fit into a bag of holding,
Okay.
and then put the pieces in a bag of holding. I think this certainly qualifies as interesting enough that like if we can't refurbish it, then we could make some coin on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The design parts are modular enough that I mean it's a multitask robot intended for any number of sort of general ship maintenance, janitorial and repair type stuff that you would send a grunt to do. Because of that, all of the pieces are particularly modular and easily detachable. You don't have a problem doing that.
Okay. Just for my own purposes, roughly weight?
I would say maybe 200 pounds.
Okay.
It doesn't matter in the bag of holding, does it?
Bag of holding has a 500-pound weight limit.
Ah.
Granted, I'm now halfway to that point, but yeah.
But we can scrap it and yeah.
Yeah. It's just this qualifies as something that we could make some money on. And we haven't really found anything yet.
Yep.
That we can.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So,
Has it been an hour since meaning in-game hour, because my fox can only stay out for an hour.
It has not been.
Okay.
what?
What?
Yeah, it has it has a limit of 1 hour.
For Friend Familiar?
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you looking at the cast time?
I am looking at the cast time.
Okay, that's the time it takes to cast the spell.
Yes.
That's
I
not
realized this
It
as
is-
soon as you said that.
As soon as we said
I was
that.
like, wow, this fox is just like, he's here for an hour. He's like, see you
Yeah,
later.
is the duration instant?
Yeah, because that's a
Because if the duration's instant,
Duration, instantaneous.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Cool.
no, you don't
It-
have a time limit on your familiar.
Excellent.
You can't generate familiar in combat, is essentially what the spell is communicating. It takes a good chunk of time to do.
Gotcha. I'm learning.
Yeah.
That's okay. that's
I'm really relieved to know that my fox lasts for an hour, or longer than an hour. So I have an idea. Why don't we have Corn Chip go and see if there's anything else up above that we should be concerned about.
That might be a good idea.
Is Cornchip able to climb a ladder?
We can throw corn chip.
Why don't we just go scout it out ourselves?
Okay.
Yeah.
Or we could go to the top of the ladder and I can just be like,
I think we should
I mean, we
Get
could
going.
go. We could go up, and you could have.
recall there was that alarm, and
Yeah.
something impacted the ship.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what
Yes.
that was. I think we should just. I think that whatever this, why ever this robot was here and I think it was basically to stop intruders and stuff, and we're obviously not on the manifests for this ship, so I think that we should just keep going. Because as Lily said, like something, I don't know what he's getting himself into, and who knows what state we're gonna find him in when we get back. But we still have to do this, and I don't know what's going on with that alarm. So let's keep working on this.
Cornflakes, why don't you stay in the middle?
Okay, that's a good idea.
Since you're a little squishy at the moment.
Yeah. I'm not feeling too good.
And why don't I take the lead?
yeah. I'm getting pretty
This
low
time?
on magical
I'm at
energy
about
over here.
I'm at about half HP right now.
Bloodied.
Yeah.
So I'll take point. I'll have Iggobot bring up the rear. But yeah, I'll climb the ladder and open that hatch back up.
Why do I want to name the Morningstar Fred?
Yes.
Like, that's legit the name that just came to my head.
What color is it?
It has sort of a bluish silvery handle with a synthetic tan grip, and it has a dim sort of a fuchsia light
Nice.
that comes out of the top. It doesn't cast sufficient light
Yeah.
to matter mechanically.
So no Harry Potter reference here.
No.
You might be able to use it as a glow rod. You know what I'm going to say, that it's got a switch on it. You can use it as a glow rod if you want to.
Can be used for dim light.
It's
Like 5 feet of dim light.
You can get it to be a flashlight.
Okay. Cool. Updating.
Because mixing weapons and equipment is
And if not, you could certainly use your magical tinkering
Yes.
to make it shed light.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
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 So
Yep. No. So yeah, I gotta get used to Fred.
so
This is awesome.
yeah, we're
This
going
is what
to
happens
go
when
up
Courtney's on pain meds.
enough levels. I guess does the corridor extend multiple levels?
So it goes up maybe
or decks?
It goes up about 30 feet to get to the next deck,
Okay.
because you've got to pass through ceiling and hull space.
Yeah. And how many decks was it to get to essentially the hallway for the transporter room?
Only one.
Only one. Okay. So yeah, we'll go up one.
Yeah.
And then exit.
So you come up to a hatchway, which is very similar. It enters into a very similar room, a similar, almost identical configuration. It's made to be easy. The markings are slightly different. The coloration of the markings is slightly different, so you don't get lost. But you're now on 6.
Okay. Right. to the transporter room?
Yes. Can I ride on Iggobot?
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, Iggobot. And what?
Yeah, as we head to the transporter room, I'm gonna chain cast Mending on Iggobot.
But before
Oh.
you depart, you notice a general broadcast communication signal being received on one of the arcane console's
Oh,
routing details.
I'm gonna.
Probably answer that.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna sort of casually mosey over and play the message.
It's a live connection. Boyo, is that you?
Yes, Jacko.
Jacko, what the hell did you do?
I'm kind of hitting things. I'm outside and I'm hitting things.
You're outside.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You have that suit that lets you maneuver around.
Oh no, not this suit. Another suit. A cooler suit.
Oh no. Oh, he found himself an exosuit.
You okay in there?
We're fine. We're actually approaching a transporter room. We're going to use that to access the cargo bay and then take a look around there. And then see what we can salvage from the cargo bay. And then one of us will make our way back to either this room or either that transporter room or a nearby transporter room and then directly beam stuff to our ship.
You hear a clatter and a clang and a klaxon begin to sound from inside of wherever he is. All right, I got some things to deal with, and I'll try to meet you. I'll try to meet up with you.
That sounds great. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Don't die.
Be safe, boyo. Connection ends.
Boyo. Boyo.
Well, that seems to be going all according to plan.
Yes. He seems to be having a good time.
He seems to have acquired himself some new technology. So,
Or toys, as we call them.
yes.
Hey, I'm all about new toys.
So,
I'm not gonna lie, like, so I Courtney really likes Morning Stars. So this is like petting like a cat almost.
So, for the sake of the players,
yes.
not the characters,
Yes.
Jacko went down a hallway and found himself in a control room that he didn't know how to handle, so he started hitting buttons.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right?
It was one of the intership transport systems. It was not supposed to be where you were because it was one of those, like, he crawled up into rubble, and it was several decks up originally, but still functioning.
Oh,
and
no.
he got onto it and found himself in a launch bay.
In a mech launch bay.
In said launch bay was a range of fighters, some of which he did not recognize at all, some of which were human, most of which were damaged, one of which
He got in.
was a Lakshayan frame.
And those are the sleek anime ones,
The
right?
mech suits.
Okay.
Okay.
He got it up and going. It was damaged, but he got it to launch. And he's having a little bit of trouble outside of the ship.
Okay. Well then.
For narrative purposes, he will rejoin the group at the next logical opportunity, hopefully next session.
What is he fighting? Can we know?
We have no idea.
You know what? I would rather not know.
No, we don't want. No, yeah. We don't want to know what else is there.
And that can be something
Assume miniature giant space hamster.
Yes.
Space dragon.
No, miniature giant space
miniature giant space hamster. Absolutely. Yep.
hamster. Go for the eyes, boo!
Yes!
So, okay. Cool. Yeah, I guess we open the door and start heading toward the transport room.
Okay. You take the crawl space that's going to lead you to the transport room. This one is...
Oh, it's in the crawl space. Okay.
This one is shorter
Okay.
than the one that you originally went through, maybe 50 feet.
Okay.
You get into a hallway which has intermittent normal light function. Based on the markings, this seems to be a research level.
Ooh.
Okay.
There are scientific sections. You see laboratories. There are transparent steel windows that look into various labs. Many of the labs are either empty or inaccessible. There is, however, shortly before you arrive at the transport room, a laboratory with the windows have been digitally fogged.
Oh.
There is a large blast door protecting whatever's inside.
Okay.
It is...
Is this blast door like behind the windows, so like we can see that like the windows are out front? We can
So
see
there's
that they're
the
digitally
windows
fogged,
and there's the
and then
door.
the door behind it.
So the door is... There's windows either side and the door is in the middle.
Oh, okay.
So this is the access to whatever this room is.
Okay.
And when you say digitally fogged, you mean like polar bear in a snowstorm kind of thing?
Yeah, like, LTI smart glass kind of a thing where it fogs it up.
Gotcha.
You run an electrical charge and you can't see through it anymore.
Cool.
My curiosity is piqued.
I would have actually brought Iggobot over to the door panel and started pushing buttons to open it up. I want to get inside.
Go data.
I want to see what this is.
Roll that sweet, sweet data.
That is a sweet, sweet 8. I'm just pushing buttons.
You try to access it, and nothing that you're doing is getting any sort of response. You're getting denial.
I don't know. It's Egyptian. It keeps giving me denial.
I don't know what that means.
I do. I'm sorry.
I've read earthly stories where jokes like these were a thing.
So
I
close.
disapprove.
So close.
I had to. I'm sorry. It was right there.
Let's see. I'm depending on how the game master would like to roll this. I have a spell that might help us.
Okay. What spell is that?
So it really depends on how a blast door malfunctions.
I mean, I could always just cast Shatter on it.
So I have the spell Technical Difficulty,
Okay.
which makes one piece of magical technology malfunction, making it unusable. So the philosophical question then is a malfunctioning blast door one that does not shut, or one that does not keep stuff out?
I would say
Because normally a
that-
malfunctioning door would be one that doesn't open.
Right.
So I'm.
But
This
if
is
it's
my thought.
locked, you can
That's the thing. I also
cause the lock to malfunction.
It's a
and be
first
able
level
to-
spell, so I don't think it should
This is my thought.
duplicate the effects of a second level spell.
True.
That's my thought of like.
Well,
it starts short circuiting.
So the lock will malfunction, but the door won't open. You'll have to open the door manually.
I think between the four of us, we can manage that. Perhaps.
I do have fireball.
No. No. How many times do we have to tell you? No. No.
Heat metal?
I have fireball.
Hey!
No.
Have you decided to cast the spell?
I'm going to cast the spell, and
Okay.
I will affect the. I presume the lock would be.
The locking mechanism sort of fizzles and sparks and indicates an error.
Okay. This is also its concentration up to a minute.
Okay.
So we'll want to make sure as well that we somehow pry the door open,
Fred?
or figure out how to take the door off the hinges, so to speak.
Fred?
So, right. Yeah, we have 1 minute, ladies. Let's get this door open. And good boy.
I pull out my lucky Thurwiller's foot for good luck that we get this door open.
Okay, so who is strongest here?
I would hazard and say Iggobot is probably perhaps
I
the
was about
strongest
to
one.
say
I
Iggobot's probably
believe it is
strongest.
Iggobot.
Yes.
Okay.
We give Iggobot Fred?
And we will all assist
Yes.
Iggobot in trying to lift this door.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, is it a lift or is it a...
It's a pull open.
Oh, it's a
Okay.
pull open.
But it's the sort of thing where you start pulling one and the mechanism functions so that both
For
move.
both, yeah.
So it's just he just rolls with advantage.
Oh,
It's none
okay.
of- the rest
Yeah.
of us don't do anything.
Yeah, that's why, yeah.
I didn't know if we were adding to it.
That is a 12.
You are able to begin having the door start to move. The door begins to resist in its hinges, but the mechanism begins to shift and it begins to move outwards. And you begin to see into the room and see what is inside. Before you can really focus on what is inside, however, you hear an agonized, semi-mechanized scream as this tank slams into the gap of the door and gets stuck and begins to violently shift towards you, and that is where we will take our break.
Wait.
We will
So
be
this
back
is coming
shortly.
from the room that we're trying to get into.
When the break is
us.
happening, there are no questions.
There are no questions. We will see you shortly, everyone. Go potty, get a snack, and we will see you in a bit.
Cookies.
I think you should let the door go.
No, I want to bash things with Fred. You... Seriously?
So
I'm so excited.
it's just a
Courtney,
morning star, Courtney.
I realize this.
The irony, of course, being that I realize that if the lock is disabled. I am concentrating.
I love that you actually like interact with Cornchip like that. I love it. It's beautiful. It's awesome.
I love this fox so much. My friend gave it to me.
Sha.
Rusty Shackleford.
Welcome back! to 8-Bit Adventures plays Dark Matter. I am Matthew Tucker, your Galaxy Master, and when we last left our intrepid crew of the not quite discovered ship yet, they had found their way to the 6th level of the crashed human hegemony ship and were exploring a laboratory level. They had found a mysterious door behind which something they couldn't quite identify was. They got the door to malfunction and started pulling the door apart, at which point a mysterious, or at least mysterious for the break, jar-type object wedged itself in the door.
Okay, so it was like a holding tank, like a terrarium type thing, not a, do ultimate bastion destroying everything tank.
No.
Okay,
No.
that's what I initially thought.
Yeah, me too.
And I was like, somebody threw a tank at us?
No, not that kind of tank. Different
that's-
kind of tank.
Yeah.
So this is not like an enemy tank. This is just
I mean, it could be.
Well,
so it's moved. It's like it's a robot.
So what you see, there is a circular platform under which are a series of claws and cables that look like they might transport some sort of fluid. On top of this circular platform is, for all intents and purposes, a jar.
Okay.
Inside of which is a bubbling, pinkish, mucousy material.
Ew.
You can clearly see through the material, however,
Yes.
and see a brain.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The brain's sort of floating at a middle height in the jar. The spinal column leads down and is connected to the mechanics at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
There is... It sort of looks like a organic, mechanized eye. It's not... It doesn't look like an actual eye, but it's eye-esque.
Oh no.
And there is a speaker grill underneath it, under which there is this mechanized screaming.
Mother Brain's gonna get you, Captain N!
The jar begins to sort of vibrate, and then there is this burst of energy that comes from the jar. The burst of energy shoves the doors open.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
I need everybody to roll a wisdom save.
Wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
Okay.
Is there time to drop my spell before making this wisdom save? totally fine if the answer's no.
I would say your concentration is broken.
Oh,
is this...
in which case, that locking mechanism turns back on.
Which would be wonderful if the door hadn't been sort of forcibly shoved back into the...
Okay, so the door's just... The door's now stuck open.
Yes, the door's been shoved open.
Is
That's
this a
still-
magical effect?
It is a... Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I have advantage on wisdom
Yes.
saves.
Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. saves.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why I was... Yep. Okay, cool.
Is this a charm effect?
Do I have advantage on that too?
We
It is not.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
17.
Oh, I don't. I'm not a wisdom land.
However, if you have a resistance to psychic damage, that may apply.
No.
17.
Bueller? Okay.
No, just resist advantage against charm and immune to magic sleep.
Okay.
Yes, Elvis.
Oh! That's good. 18 for moi.
Okay.
5.
Okay.
Oh.
And Iggobot. 9 for Iggobot.
Okay.
Although... Oh, no, he is susceptible to psychic damage. Okay.
Cornflakes and Lily take 3 damage.
Okay.
No, I finally took
It-
damage.
Iggobot and Autumn take 6.
Okay.
Do I have to roll for corn chip?
So the thing is, your familiar has 1 hit point.
Oh. Okay.
So even if it succeeds the save,
Yeah, your familiar doesn't die as such. It
Just-
disperses.
Yeah, disperses and,
So
and
you can't get it back until you've...
spend
you
an
gotta
hour.
you gotta cast the ritual again to
Yeah.
reset.
Right.
So you said 3 damage.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
That this won't do.
And at this point, people should be rolling their initiative.
Well, that's fine. And then once initiative's rolled, I'm going to start firing.
Very good.
Well. Okay.
15.
15.
8.
15.
I has a dex of +0, so...
What's your dex?
My dex is +2.
Okay, so Autumn, Cornflakes, what's your dex, Lily?
No, it didn't matter because we tied, that's why.
I presume I'm tied with the brain. Mine's 18.
Oh yeah, no, you go free.
I also rolled a 17 on my totally shot first
Okay.
attack.
Oh yeah, no, that's a hit.
12 points of radiant damage.
Just a second to set up my little doohickeys here. How much? 12?
12.
How big is this room that we're going into?
I don't think... We're just at the door.
I understand that.
So, looking past, and it's sort of difficult to get a lot of detail quickly. It's a relatively large room, maybe 30 feet square
Okay.
from what you can see.
Okay.
There is a bunch of analytical equipment. There is a small table at the center of the room with a single object and what looks like an isolation field around the table.
Okay.
There is a hole in the ceiling.
Cool.
There also is 2 more of these floating rain jars.
But they have feet on the floor, right? Or are they fully floating?
So they're floating. They're
Might be time.
Okay. Because I
they
remember you
have-
saying like there was like legs and
they
and
have
wires,
sort of
but they are actually
sharp
floating.
claw type feet underneath,
Yeah.
but that's not what...
Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. Yep.
It looks like they might attach to a larger something. And then the claws release. And
Okay.
the wires disengage, and it's able to move on its own.
Okay.
And each one of them is emitting a different sort of scream. Think Daleks.
That's kind of...
But no words.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's time.
It's time.
I think it's time.
So, have you guys seen that Elmo meme where it's just Elmo with the
Yes.
flames behind him?
Yes.
That's me
Yeah.
right now.
Okay.
All right, we're going fireball finally,
It is in
Yes.
fact time.
and I'm gonna do it in a way that doesn't hit these guys because they're gonna be behind me. Is that cool?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's you essentially throw like this tiny bead of fire
Yeah.
out into the space,
And
and
you
then it
say-
explodes.
And you
All
say,
right.
to whom it may concern.
Right.
I'm glad you said the room was 30 feet because I got a 20-foot radius, so I'm gonna make sure I get them all. All right, and they have to do
Dex save.
dex saves. Right. And do I still roll for this, right?
No, you don't.
Oh, even better.
You roll damage.
Amazing.
Here, you're gonna need a bunch more.
What do we need?
I need 8 d6s.
I have enough, Courtney.
Okay.
There. Here's 7.
So the jar there's the jar in front of you.
Yeah.
There's one sort of in the room to the left, closer to the table and the field. And then there is one sort of further in the back towards the hole. The one further in the back makes it safe. The two that are closer to you do not.
Okay, so the one in the back is gonna take half damage.
Correct.
Oh, that feels good. 4, 8,
Fireball always feels good.
12, 16, 26, 27, 28.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's about average.
Let's see here. So, okay. Thank you for this.
You're welcome. I need those back.
Yeah.
I mean, not really, but
So, the one closest to the group is blasted from the door, smashes into the far wall, and the remains of transparent steel and ooze and brain matter sort of drips down the wall.
That's for hitting corn chip.
The one in the middle of the room is cracked and damaged and sort of tilting on its anti-gravs, but still up. The one at the back of the room is damaged, and there's a sort of a spider web and charring along the bottom, but it's in much better condition than the one that was closer.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, a large amount of the laboratory equipment has been damaged or destroyed.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm assuming everything except for the thing is in the force field is destroyed.
The containment field is damaged and broken, but the table and the object on the table are unaffected.
Also fine.
That was my hope.
I'm willing to destroy lab equipment to take out brains in a jar.
Yes, absolutely.
Just for reference, that is literally what they're called.
Oh yeah.
Brains in a jar.
Yes.
Yep.
In classic D&D, it's mad necromancy. All sorts of bad juju. I don't know what it's like in Dark Matter, but highly unsettling. Let's put it that way.
Rothians are involved.
Oh. Bad juju. No, okay.
Yeah.
Very bad juju.
Oh. Are we sure this is a Hegemon vessel? Oh, no.
That's what we were told.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's not my turn yet. It's the gnome's turn.
Yeah,
It is, in
it's my
fact, the
turn.
gnome's turn.
Well, 'cause seeing that they're not on the physical floor, I'm just gonna firebolt them.
Okay.
The one that is closer.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Woo!
I'm not even gonna have you roll damage.
'Cause it's 20 to start with.
The firebolt hit, and it had 2 hit points.
Yeah.
The firebolt
Overkill.
hits the crack in the dome and superheats the fluids within the dome, causing the pod to burst, spraying brain matter and containment mucus everywhere.
Rated E forever.
Oh!
That's right.
Oh, man. And that would have been... I just rolled the damage just to see what I would have gotten.
Just for the sake of argument.
So it would have been 20 damage to start for the crit. 39 in total.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10 and a 9.
With a cantrip, folks. With a cantrip.
With a cantrip.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just remember, this works for me too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we recognize.
The
Yeah.
sorcerer is looking in awe.
Lily,
Oh my god, the gnome's useful.
you and Iggobot are up.
When I'm alive, I'm very useful.
So, what is distance to close with the last brain in a jar? Is it within 40 feet?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to storm into the room with repeater drawn to
Okay.
get a line of sight on the brain.
Okay.
And Iggobot is going to move to engage.
Okay.
Pew pew. That'll be, well, maybe. So the lower of the attacks is a 10. Is that gonna miss?
That will miss.
Okay. The other one's a 22.
That will hit.
That is 9 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And then Iggobot will force rend.
Okay.
He will miss, as that is an 8.
Okay.
But he is engaged with that enemy.
Okay.
And is there any cover in the room?
I assume any cover that was in there was blown apart.
Oh, there's still maybe rubble that I can hide behind.
There is partial cover.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna duck behind whatever cover I can get.
Yeah.
So even if the cover happens to be that table in the middle. Or on the other side of the isolation field or whatever.
Yeah, you could do it.
Okay.
You could be at that table in the middle.
Okay.
Roll. Roll a wisdom save.
That is a 20.
Okay. Nothing of note. All right.
Man, this is where I wish I had that ring of mind shielding on my other character.
Mm-hmm.
So the eye sort of opens up and a bright, rippling beam of crimson energy shoots at Iggobot
Okay.
and misses.
Okay.
It puts a pretty solid furrow in the floor,
Okay.
but no damage done to anyone in the group.
All right.
Autumn, proceed.
All right. Well, it worked for our gnome over here, so I'm thinking that I'm just going to use a firebolt on this guy.
I still can't believe I got almost perfect damage.
Let's hope for the same thing.
No.
That is a no. That is a natural 1.
Oh, exact opposite.
That may be my first nat 1 ever in D&D, too. Wow. Feels bad. Well,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
It certainly does.
Yeah, they do. But thankfully, we have merciful DM.
And I'm going to stay in the doorway.
Thankfully, we have a merciful DM. Do we?
The shot goes wide.
No.
And wide to the ceiling, striking roughly in the area where the hole was.
Oh no.
It increases the size of the hole.
Oh boy.
Through the hole
Yep.
Oh, no.
falls a robot of a similar design, the humanoid one that you fought in the other room. And following close behind it is another one of these brains in a jar.
Get out of the room. I
not in.
got this.
Do you have it? You don't have any thermal.
I have spell points.
Oh, yes, you do. Okay. Well, all right then. Yeah.
Cornflakes!
Yep.
There's,
No, I'm-
There's badly damaged brain, fresh brain, and Stompy Boy.
And another Stompy Boy. With another Morning Star.
Spiky Hitty Boy, yes.
What color is his Morning Star?
Same
color. Okay.
Same design.
Yeah. These are
These are standard grade
standard
weapon.
modular
Yes.
worker bots.
Seeing the two that came down and knowing how much damage the previous boyo did, I'm gonna firebolt at him.
Okay.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm critically going to not.
I don't understand why they keep insisting on using magic when a good blaster will do the trick.
So the bolt strikes the table.
Okay.
It cracks the table in half, and the top of the table flips.
Okay.
It goes over Lily, not doing Lily any harm.
Uh-huh.
Lily's cover is gone.
You might say my cover is blown.
Oh!
You could say that. Roll wisdom.
Save.
Yes.
Magical?
Yes.
I rolled the same thing. 10. I rolled 2 9s.
Okay. Despite the fact that bouncing on the floor and clattering to your feet does not seem to damage the object that has fallen at your feet, which
What is this object?
the object looks kind of like the mixture between a data pad and a puzzle box. It has a series of... It has a large gem at the center. And it has a series of sort of slats and rails with various precious stones
Okay.
and other sort of oddly shaped objects
Okay.
that look like they move and shift in various different ways.
Okay. So like one of those cool like Japanese boxes.
Kind of, but
like in a book
flat.
standard.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, book sized and shaped. Despite the fact that landing on the floor does absolutely nothing to it, you feel the compulsion to pick it up and protect it.
I mean, I was gonna pick it up anyway.
This is not a bad.
No, this is not. That was what I was gonna do anyway.
Which causes it to attune to you.
Yay! Cursed item! Yay!
We'll discuss what this means when it comes up.
Okay. So I'm gonna put jeweled book, in my attuned magic items.
No, it's a cursed puzzle box.
We're gonna write cursed puzzle box in.
I'll provide further information as required.
Yep.
It doesn't affect you at the moment.
Okay. But I
There-
have to protect it. That's one thing that's very much.
Yes.
Okay.
It needs to be put somewhere safe.
Okay.
Lily.
Well, this is quite terrible. Yeah, we're getting out.
Okay.
We're getting out, guns blazing, though.
Okay.
Iggobot is going to disengage with his action.
Okay.
And then, or I'll use my bonus action to have him disengage.
Okay.
This is how that works.
Okay.
And then he will just exit the room.
Okay.
Am I currently in melee range of any of the creatures that fell through?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to exit the room. I'm going to fire 2 shots at the damaged brain and jar.
Okay. You do so.
That's a 13 and an 18.
Those both hit.
They both hit. First attack is 7. Second is 6 for a total of 13 radiant damage.
You strike the anti-grav motivator in the unit, and it pitches forward and smashes on the ground, and the brain falls out with an agonized shriek and stops.
Yeah, and then Iggobot and I are going to sort of turn the corner
Okay.
once we exit the room
Okay.
and continue heading toward the transport area.
Okay.
It's only like, we only have like 10 feet of movement left, so.
Okay, yeah. If you dash next turn, you can get to the transport room.
Okay, that's good to know.
Just to give you
A sense of scale.
a sense of scale.
Okay.
Yeah. The bot and the brain in the jar have their turn. The brain in the jar gets to the center of the room, roughly where the table was, and fires a shot at Cornflakes.
I figured.
The shot goes over Cornflakes and puts a solid furrow in the deck or the wall behind.
God, I
but
love being short. Love
no
being small.
damage. The robot charges at Autumn and multi-attacks. Misses with both Morning Star swings. Gets a feel of things and crouches down and charges Autumn into the far wall. Natural 20.
Yeah, but you got lots of hit points.
I do.
See?
Dragon sorcerer.
I'm still nervous.
I think you might have the most hit points out of everybody at the tables currently.
That feels wrong. But it's right.
Dragon sorcerer.
Well, it's fortunate that you do because that's 23 damage.
You still up?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'm at 8.
Oh, that's right. You took a bunch of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that brings it up to you, Autumn.
All right, so you guys are out of the room?
I never went into the room.
Oh, okay. We're fine. So is this enemy that just hit me in the room or out of the room?
The enemy that just hit you is out of the room and in melee range.
Okay.
So basically slammed you into the hallway.
Yeah.
wall.
So like I'm in the here's the door and I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hallway, room, you, robot.
Is there a way that I can use a fireball and hit that included and everything else?
You could,
You would hit everybody.
but you will.
If specifically everything
Physics,
else.
you would hit everybody.
But I mean, like if I
You could hit it in the middle. You could hit the jar. You could hit the robot. You could position it to not hit you. You would hit Cornflakes.
Okay, we can't take that risk. Okay. I'm going to then.
I mean, you could disengage and run.
Yeah.
This is probably the best idea. Yeah,
This is the
I'm
one.
gonna use my action to disengage, and I am going to run towards the transport board.
Okay. Cornflakes.
Now I know that because as I said, I never went out of the room or into the room, so
Right.
I'm
You're-
still in the hallway.
You're sort of at the door.
Yeah.
The robot
just-
went past you.
So if I just book it and double dash, do I have to disengage? Am I close enough to have disengaged?
You wouldn't have to disengage.
Okay, I'm just gonna go 50 feet. Just
You-
go.
It will get you to the door of the room.
Okay, holding the book. Because I'm assuming it's about this big.
Or is the book
Size-wise.
holding you?
No, I am holding it. I am around it. It is
You
not around me.
notice by the time that you have reached the door that the book has. It was a human-sized book. Now it's a gnome-sized book.
So it started off and now it's. Ah. Ah.
Oh, it's magic.
Ah. I see nothing wrong with this. I have used my movement and my action to double dash. Cornflakes sees nothing wrong with this.
How wide is the corridor?
10 feet.
Okay. I presume am I up?
Yeah, because all I did was run.
There's no other. Okay. There's no
Yeah.
other monster. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're clear of it.
Okay. I just didn't know if there were any monsters that went before me. Is all. I don't know if you can take a hit. Another hit.
Not a big one. Can you heal me?
Well, I I can. But I would rather shoot things.
Can you heal yourself?
I don't have any healing spells.
Okay.
Or potions.
Okay.
Sorcerer.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Iggobot basically get up and interpose himself between you and the robot.
Okay.
And then I'm going to start moving 30 feet and then pop on the robot. Uh, 16 and a 17.
Those are both hits.
Nice. A 7 and a 7 for a total of 14 radiant damage.
Okay.
I will have Iggobot as a bonus action repair himself.
Okay.
So he regains 2d8 plus 3 hit points. So he regains 15. Oh, that puts him at full health. Okay.
Good. This is fine. This is fine.
Everything's on fire.
Most appropriate then.
Yeah, this is fine.
Which was my doing.
I have a book.
So the jar
Yes.
gets out to the hallway
Okay.
and takes a shot at Cornflakes.
Oh.
The shot goes to the side, driving another furrow into the floor, but no
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
Spray in the jar just can't hit a damn thing.
It's fine. That's totally fine. We're all fine here.
I haven't rolled over a 9 for that thing.
It's
Wow.
a stormtrooper.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's fine. We're all fine.
This is fine.
We're all fine.
Fine here. How are you? So, Autumn is the closest.
Yes.
Isn't
Iggobot?
Iggobot?
Iggobot would be closest.
Iggobot would be closest.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm sort of trying to visualize.
Yeah, because I'm 50 feet down the hall.
Yeah,
Right.
so it would be
You're clear.
Iggobot, then immediately behind Iggobot is Autumn. And then I'm probably like 5 or 10 feet past.
Okay.
And then Cornflakes is like
Halfway
20
down the
feet
hall.
past that.
Yeah.
Okay. The robot is going to charge and try to catch up. And before reaching Iggobot, stumbles.
Ooh.
Yay.
Due to all of the chaos in the space.
Yep.
Yes.
Autumn, your turn.
All right. What do we have left?
One robot, one brain and jar.
Yeah, one mildly damaged robot, one unaffected brain in jar.
All right. How is so the one little robot's just kind of like barely damaged, kind of looking.
Yeah.
Okay. How far away am I to the transporter?
To get to the room, maybe 10 feet.
Okay. So I have enough to hit it with something and run.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so I'm like at the
You're
Yeah,
at the door.
You're at the
Okay.
door.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna use magic missile, level 2,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hit that thing 3 times. Yeah, 4 times.
The robot or the brain?
The one that's directly in front of me, so the robot, I believe. That
Okay.
is.
Robot.
The one that's closer. So yeah, the robot.
Yeah.
Cool. Which is 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points of damage.
Okay.
14 cheese damage.
And I will run to the... That's going to provoke an attack of opportunity?
No.
Okay, I'll run to the...
Yeah, it's
No,
not.
you're too far away.
It's not in melee with you.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Then I will book it.
Yeah, you got past it, and then you're still past it. It
And-
didn't.
And Iggobot's still near me.
Yeah, Iggobot was in front of you to protect you from the robot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Or behind you, because you're all headed.
Yeah.
I mean-
between
It's all a matter of perspective.
So you enter the transporter room.
Yep.
The transporter room is a circular chamber with a series of techno-arcane sigils on the walls, which you recognize easily as warding sigils. On the floor, there is a large blue pulsing circle. In front of, or closest to you, is an arcane console, which can be used to direct the
Teleportation.
the teleport, the
Transport.
the circle to, if you were trying to go off of the ship, to have it appear on a planetoid, for example, or in a ship such as this, move from circle to circle. Because you attacked and then moved into the room, you can see this, but you can't do anything with it. Cornflakes, your turn.
Yep. I am.
Autumn runs past you and kind of gets to the arcane console.
Yeah. Is the arcane console tall enough for me to see over it and onto it? Or is it about 4 feet high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the sort of thing that if
Again, I
you
know-
got on tiptoes, you could hit the buttons.
Okay, but I
And
can't
and
see
it's-
what I'm hitting.
It's sloped, so it would be tricky.
Okay.
Is there a chair?
There is not a chair.
I'm not worrying about that. I'm
in
just
the
gonna go.
room.
I'm intelligent. I am not that wise. I am going to, knowing that between the two of them, they can see what they're doing to push buttons. I am going to go into the room and stand right on the edge of one of the transport.
So it's
area.
it's a large circle.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stand on the edge of it so that once we figure out, once one of them figures out where we're going, and they say let's get in and go, then I go.
Okay.
So, and that door stays open.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna toss a firebolt back as well. I have a 120-foot range on that.
Okay. Yeah.
At the robot.
Yeah.
16 hit?
That is a hit.
You need to go in the tray. Woo! Nice! 17 damage.
MVP of this battle.
It's
I love this cantrip.
still up. You see smoke, and you see that the hip motivator's been sort of thrown out as it moves. It's not looking great. It's still mobile. It's still making its way, but you've...
Making my way downtown.
Lily.
Iggobot and I are going to retreat
Okay.
into the transporter room.
Okay.
Are you in the room at this point?
Yeah, I'm
You are,
standing
okay.
like, right next to the council.
And I am going to attempt to shut and lock the transporter room door.
Okay. Let's do a check.
Okay. That is a 9.
The door closes because of the chaos of the situation. You don't know if it's locked.
Okay. Yeah, that's my turn. Because I assume that would be more than the free interact with an object action.
Yeah.
It's a little more involved.
Yep.
So, yeah, that is. I'll have Iggo dodge as his action. I'll have him stand in front of, on our side of the door, in
Okay.
the doorway, and his action will be to dodge.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a lot of dice.
I'm nervous.
I am very nervous.
I don't like that many dice being rolled.
That door is about to be busted.
Well, I hope it's busted shut. My concern is that it gets busted inward.
So the you see the energy that's been firing out of the brain
Yeah.
hit the outside of the door and cause the door not to glow like it's being heated, but glow as if it's being charged. And the door bends inward enough that something could come through, not enough to hit anyone.
Okay.
You know what they say? When one door closes, the same one opens.
No, nobody says that. Nobody.
The robot gets up and gets to the door and begins to come through, but isn't able to enter the room fully.
Okay.
So the robot is in the door.
Okay.
Autumn.
Do I activate the thing, or do I fireball the crap out of these things? 'Cause I assume I won't hit people. Because I can fire it outside of the room.
Physics
I
is
mean,
all I'm gonna say.
I would say fire bolt.
Yes.
If you're going to fire
If you're going to
things.
fire something, fire bolt.
Or do we just want to get the hell out of
I
here?
would like to just GTFO.
Okay.
We also, I would presume, need to enter in the coordinates to where we are jumping to.
Yep, and I don't know how to.
So do... Crap, I'm not good at that kind of thing. Alright.
Throw fire!
Yep.
Yep.
I am going to attempt to firebolt the... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I'm going to magic missile, because I have one left. Are they both near me? Yeah.
so
I presume just the robot.
the robot is right coming in through the door. The jar is maybe 10 feet back in the hallway.
Okay. I'm just gonna hit this guy. Wait, how's he looking? Is he...
The robot is pretty solidly damaged, but still up and going.
Alright. I'm gonna
Done
send
some solid hits.
2 of these missiles at him and 1 at the brain in the jar. Cool. This is the ones for the robot.
Okay?
I'll take that. 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
And then for the brain in the jar, he's gonna take 2.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move myself into the transporter circle.
Okay. Excuse me, cornflakes.
Okay, seeing that you've moved into the transporter thing and didn't immediately like go somewhere, or start to, or it's not activated yet.
Yep.
I'm going to, step 1 square in, and firebolt again at the robot.
Okay.
Because it seems to work for the most part. 12 to hit?
12 hits the door. It splashes and damages the door, but doesn't hit the robot.
Okay.
Lily.
We need the coordinates!
And just looking up just how much I can do with a spell. Because the spell is Technomancy. It's a
Okay.
cantrip that allows me to basically remotely perform basic operations of a tech device.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see if it specifies if, like, entering coordinates in would be a little too much. Entering a dozen keystrokes of data, activating an authorized operation, dimming or highlight or brightening screen.
I would say that would fit the category.
Okay, so in that case, Iggobot and I are going to get up onto the transporter pad, and I'm going to use Technomancy to try and enter in coordinates for the cargo bay, and then activate the sequence.
Okay. Roll wisdom first.
Oh boy. 11.
Okay. Is there a roll or just...
No, it's
use the tech skill remotely, essentially?
basically.
Okay.
It's kind of like Mage Hand or Prestidigitation.
Okay.
And just like, you know, I can like open close doors or push keystrokes or whatever.
Okay.
But I can't do, like, I can't reattach or detach wires and stuff like that. It's
Yep.
all, yeah, electronic functions.
Okay.
So, so you said tech?
Yeah.
Would it be a tech roll? Okay. That is a 16.
Okay. The teleportation circle activates. When you see the telltale blue flash of being teleported, and find yourself in darkness.
Pull out Fred.
What if?
We all have dark vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have dark vision, but I also pull
What
out
do
Fred.
we see?
It takes a beat to sort of catch your vision. You are standing on the remains of a teleportation circle. Whatever power it had seems to have cycled out as you teleported into it.
Okay.
The room is in shambles. The protective wall has been crushed and bent in sections. The door at the opposite side of the room, one half seems to be stuck open and the other half is sort of bent at a 50-degree angle into its slot. You see rock coming through the wall behind you.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to take the book
There,
and put it in my backpack.
there is also an alarm sounding on the level.
That's high pitched. I can hear that real well. Yeah, I'm gonna take my book that I got and put it in my backpack. It has to be safe. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. So, do that. Put that back on. Are we where we needed to be?
There's no power.
Okay, we need to get out of this room. We need to figure out where we are.
I agree.
So let's.
So to make sure I understand, we have a giant rock coming in to us. Is that
That
right?
would be the case.
Yep.
Yeah, we need to get out
Yep.
of here and run.
Yep. At that point, I'm actually gonna say, Iggobot, little help so I can keep up.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you, Lily.
So I suppose we should try and bust open the door.
Yep.
Yep, I agree with that.
Well, isn't the door partly busted open already? It's just the.
So one door side of the door, it's open, but it's sort of open at an angle. You couldn't have stepped over it, but now that you're on Iggobot, you can get through it. It's
Okay.
tight, but it's doable.
Okay.
Can we all get through it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It requires
Squeezing
a little bit
and-
of squeezing through, but
Yeah.
you can get through it.
I think we should do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm already. I'm gone, baby.
Is it dark on the other side of the door?
On the other side of the door are pulsing red emergency lights. They're pulsing to the
Rhythm of
the klaxon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Pull out flashlight.
Pull out, Fred. Yep.
So you step into a hallway. To your right is more of rock.
Okay.
The air in this section is thin but breathable.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to stay here long.
No, we don't want to stay here. We need to keep going.
The other end of the hall, you see kind of a fork. There is a door, and then there is there's a door at the center, and there are two curving branches,
Okay.
left and right.
Okay. From what we've looked at, from what Lily had looked at on the map, does it look like we need to go through the door, Lily, or do we need to curve around?
I'm trying to recall where on the map this would have looked like. Basically, to find out if we ended up in the space that I.
Yeah, did we
intended
go
us
where
to
we
go to.
intended to?
I am gonna have you roll.
Intelligence?
Yes.
That is a 23.
You are not on the correct level.
Okay, yeah, I figured.
You remember this level very clearly. You're on deck 1.
Didn't even go anywhere near the place we wanted to go to.
So so we're now at the top.
The door to the center leads to a ramp that heads to the bridge.
To the bridge.
Either of the Ys will lead around the bridge to connecting rooms and spaces around it, and will lead to a elevator shaft, which, if functional, runs the spine of the ship.
So, straight ahead goes to the bridge. We're not anywhere near deck 13 through 16. We're on deck 1.
What?
Left or right will take us to the lift.
Let's get in the lift.
Yes.
I mean,
Do we know if it's operational? Do we have that
We
knowledge?
do not know if it's operational.
But it's worth a try.
We are going to need to go somewhere fast. The bridge is not where we want to be.
No.
This section is not where we want to be.
But the information that you need as to what systems are functioning, presuming the bridge
Functioning.
is accessible,
That is a good
all
point.
there.
That is a good point.
Why don't we go on the bridge real quick, see if it has what we need. Because if it does, then we get what we need, we get the info, and we go.
All right.
It's not gonna...
Just in case, how about you all sort of take a few steps back?
Yep.
Cover your mouths
yeah.
in case the bridge is decompressed.
Don't we have our suits on? I put mine on.
I haven't been wearing mine.
Suits?
Oh, I've
Well,
been...
you
Life suits, if you have them. Yeah, I was assumed no.
No.
Oh, because I put mine on when we got here.
okay? So
Okay.
Autumn's got a suit. Cornflakes does not have a suit. Lily does not need a suit.
No. Space Leia.
All right. Yeah. So I will exhale as you open the door because that's what you have to do.
And I'm going to attempt to open the door remotely with technomancy.
Okay.
So that way we're not like all up in there in case there is
A
decompression.
vacuum or yeah.
So I can do it from 60 feet away.
I'ma hold
As
on.
long as it does not require authorized access. But it might. Being the bridge.
You cast the spell and the spell fails.
Okay.
The panel resists your attempt to control it in that fashion.
Okay. It looks like it might require some sort of authorized access. I'm going to have to get up in there and try and open it manually.
The book?
Okay.
What about the book?
What about the book?
Can the book help us open the door?
I don't know. We don't have time.
No. We'll handle that later.
Um,
We need to get to the bridge or get out of here.
So I'm going to...
In your mind, in a voice
Here we go.
that is unbelievably low and raspy and growly, you hear, "Ask me."
The book?
Not,
You don't hear that.
They don't hear
don't-
it.
no, they
You
don't hear-
it.
So hearing that, I shoot up. And like I'm still on Iggobot's back. Like take off my backpack, like pull the book out, like
You instinctively know
yep.
that you can cast the spell Augury using this object.
The wahanaha.
Augury is you cast the spell and you ask a question. And I think there's a percentile roll. Or that- or that
Actually,
might-
Augury is
It's just wheel.
it's
wheel,
wheel
woe,
woe
mixed.
or wheel and woe.
Yeah. It might have been in past editions where it still required a percentile.
Is
It was
this
like a
a-
70% chance or whatever.
Yeah.
Is this something on Beyond that I can find?
Yes.
Potentially,
it's
yeah.
a second level spell.
Okay. Augury.
Yes.
Yeah, AUG.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna just. Augury. There we go. But come on.
Nope, no roll required. Oh, it's if you keep casting it. That's what it is. So yeah, you ask a question about an action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Okay.
And it's wheel if it's good, woe if it's bad, wheel and woe if it's good and bad, or nothing if it's not particularly good or bad.
Okay. And I can cast it 2 or more times. Okay, so if I cast it 2 or more times before completing the next long rest. Okay.
it becomes an angry 8-ball if you bug it too much.
Yeah.
So question, does it... So this is a mechanical question for Courtney. Mechanically speaking, does it add augury to her spells known list?
It does not.
Okay.
That was gonna be my next question,
Okay.
actually. So I can just do it.
You may use it to cast the spell without using a spell slot.
So it's like instead of gem inlaid sticks, rolling dragon bones, or laying out ornate cards or something like that, this is that divining tool.
Yes.
But it doesn't require you to spend the spell slot.
Yes.
Correct. It inherently allows you to cast the spell.
Okay.
Interesting.
And then you'll roll a d6 after you've cast the spell.
Okay,
Oh no.
I'm trying to think of the wording on this, and my brain is not working well, so this is gonna be fun.
The answers are vague enough. This isn't
I know.
Witch.
I know. Cause what's the thing we really want to know? Will we die if we go into the bridge?
Do we know?
Should we go to the bridge?
Well, no, it's about a specific course of action.
Should we go to the bridge?
Yeah, that's a specific course of action.
Okay, yeah, should we go to the bridge? And then a d6? You said?
So, the gem at the center begins to glow with sort of an inner light, and it begins to fade between red and green, which you know to mean weal and woe.
Okay, it could be...
There is good and bad.
Okay. There's good and bad if we go onto the bridge.
Can you...
But it's not...
Wait, how do you know that?
It's just...
Well, what if we go to the lift?
Now roll the d6.
3.
The light it fades out, and you know you can't use it again until a
take
solar cycle.
So I take a long rest.
Until dawn.
Okay.
In this case, a long rest, because you're midday at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But
For values of day and dawn.
right,
Yeah.
if you wake up and use it immediately, it's a 24-hour cycle.
Yeah. Okay.
If you use it at 4 a.m., you have to wait an hour.
I don't know. We just honestly, it's not all bad. So let's just go in and try.
All right. Well, stay back just in case the bad or whatever that means is decompression.
Yep.
So I've been saying this as just walking toward the bridge door.
Yep.
And I'm going to see if I can sort of hack our way into
Data.
Yeah.
So much data.
Modified 20.
Woo! All of the data.
It is a little bit challenging, but with the amount of interfacing that you've done with this particular computer system, you've picked up enough to be able to figure out how to ape some of the command codes, and the door accepts the commands to open. Before opening, you receive a notification that the door that everything past the door is completely decompressed. Would you like to continue?
It is vacuum on the other side.
You have that thing, and do you need one of those?
No.
I'm gonna stand back. I feel like that's the bad of it.
Hold on to something.
Iggobot.
I think I have a rope. I have a rope, so we could tie her down.
It's the breathing that I'm worried about.
Well, you're going to need to hold on to something too.
I got a 50-foot rope.
It's the breathing that I'm worried about.
All right, I'm going to attempt to open door, go through door, close door,
Okay.
and hope it's not anti-magic or dead magic on the other side.
I would say that would be. Roll your data again.
Okay. 22.
Using a couple quick key commands and codes that you've become familiar with, you can set a timer on the door to open and then reclose with a couple seconds in range so that you're able to open it, step through, and have it close.
Okay. Yeah, I do so.
Okay.
Does this leave us behind?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Please be careful.
There is a rapid, thunderous gusting of wind, which immediately and suddenly stops. The air it's gotten thinner. It is now getting uncomfortable for you to be able to breathe. You suffer a level of exhaustion.
Saw that coming.
I just realized I have a life suit that I could have. It would have been comically oversized for Cornflakes, but I have one medium-sized life suit. Oh well. Too bad, because I don't make any noise right now.
Okay.
So you are on the other side of the door.
Yep.
There is a ramp that leads up to the bridge. The grav plating is still functional, so you are able to walk without difficulty. There is no air on the bridge level because the characteristic dome that normally encases a human hegemony bridge has been shattered. Once again, you are struck by the lack of crew. However, despite the fact that the bridge is completely open to space, all of the systems, for the most part, seem to be functioning. The gunner's consoles are all accessible, although they're coming back with errors. The captain's chair and other systems consoles are all operable.
I'm going to go to I guess the captain's console would be the best candidate for finding out information. To number one, find of course, this is me, the player, wondering like, why did we want to do this again?
Because we wanted to figure out what systems.
Okay.
And like see like what if we really wanted to basically know, is the elevator like is
Right.
the lift working?
That one. Yeah.
That's the biggest.
Is there a
one.
transporter in there?
Yeah, it's seeing
No, I
like
presume we came from the transporter room that would be for the bridge section. Yeah, to look up a diagnostic of systems, specifically focusing on the lift in this section and see exactly if it's able to tell me where the damage occurred that is preventing power from running to the transporter room.
Let's roll that data again.
Okay.
While she's rolling that, I would have cast Cure Wounds on myself in the hallway.
Okay.
Just knowing that I'm starting to not feel well. Nice. I got full. Nice. So 12. Much.
14
Much,
for
much
data.
better.
Okay. You are very easily able to get the information that you need from the checking the consoles and getting the information that you're looking for. The teleport circle was damaged in the crash. It's non-functional. Simply not necessarily because there's no power running to it, but because it's the runes that allow the technical magic to function have been too badly damaged to retain the energy anymore.
Okay, so it could receive incoming transports, but not
Correct.
outgoing transports. Okay.
It could receive phone calls. It couldn't make them.
Yeah.
Right. And generally it was taking the energy that the circle that you started at
Like the energy that it sent when it sent us.
right. It was able to connect to the circle that was there, but it isn't able to generate another circle to send elsewhere.
Okay.
The lift will get you down to decks 13, 14, and 15. There's no access to 16 from this lift.
I mean, that's fine.
There is something wrong with the way the computer system is operating now that you're able to access things from the bridge. It's almost as if you're trying to run Windows programs from DOS.
Ooh.
You're doing it, it's functioning, but the mediator
But at what cost?
is not functioning. Whatever, there's a software code element missing, so you can get what you need, but it's harder. But you don't really know enough about the system to know anything more than something is wrong.
Yeah. Okay. And with that check, did it indicate that the lift was operational?
Lift is operational.
Okay. I'm going to try and look up if from here in the bridge there is a manifest of what's in the cargo bay,
Okay.
as well as see if there is a captain's log.
Okay. You are able to pull up both items. The information that you get is extremely useful, but also somewhat disturbing. The ship, despite the fact that it has a Terran registry, has been doing some sort of contract work. The organization that it is doing the contract work for has been purposefully omitted from any of the logs. When the ship was okay, let me back it up a little bit. The mission that the ship was on was to transport a collection of restricted items to a laboratory. The coordinates of the laboratory have been corrupted in the data. The manifest shows a range of restricted items, including a number of inert pieces of Rothian tech.
Which we had seen previously
Correct.
in a previous scan. That there were Rothian artifacts somewhere on the ship.
Yeah.
This includes a number of items that are not normally acquired because, based on everything that you know about Rothian technology, when it doesn't have access to its power source, it degenerates and degrades. So trying to capture any of their equipment usually results in bringing back a pile of organic mush with mechanical parts mixed in as the material decomposes.
Oh no. I think I figured out what their power source was. And we might have destroyed a bunch of them.
During the trip, something went wrong with the ship's onboard AI. The last log entry that you have is a frantic report from the second officer, who was acting as captain at the time.
Mm-hmm.
The ship's onboard AI had decoupled.
Okay.
It had obtained control over some of the Rothian tech
Okay.
and was involved in converting members of the crew into power sources.
Okay. Well, all right. Oh boy.
Decoupled?
Oh boy. Oh dear. I can't talk. It's space. Just mouthing, oh dear. This is bad. This is really bad.
Subtitles underneath.
Yes.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Okay.
There is
She's been gone a long time. I'm starting to get worried. I don't feel so good.
amongst the various pieces of tech, in addition to the Rothian equipment, there is a sort of odd range of other pieces of equipment that are on board the ship, the source of which is not entirely clear. There is a large number of robots. There was several pieces of Lakshayan tech which had been damaged and were in sort of mixed repair. Those had been placed in the launch bay because the launch bay was built to be able to handle that sort of thing.
Yep. And so that's where Jacko ended up. Okay.
The only other thing that is on the ship that you can't account for is something in that hangar bay. It is large, like ship-sized large, but there is... What it is has been removed from the logs, but removed in a different way. So what you saw in reference to the organization that they seem to be working for is sections that had been redacted essentially. This and redacted internally. So this information has been removed by someone higher up. The information about what is in the hold was deleted externally. So something not of the ship went in, took that information, and removed it.
Is it possible that it might have been due to the AI post-decoupling?
No, because the signature's different.
Okay, all right. Well then. All right. I've certainly gotten enough information. That is completely terrifying. So I'm going to make my way back to the door and do similar open-close sequence to then get back into the hallway.
So roll Constitution.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming. 12?
The
I don't feel so good.
cycling of the door doesn't remove the air is thin enough already. You really need to get to
We need
some better air, and soon, or you're going to start feeling worse.
Yeah, guys, ladies, we need to get moving. Can we walk and talk? Does the elevator work?
Yes, the lift works.
Okay.
In the meantime, this won't fit very well, but it'll provide you with atmosphere. I'm going to take my life suit out of my bag of holding. And
Okay.
awkwardly start
So
getting Cornflakes suited
So it
up.
would be like me putting on a suit that is made to fit Robin's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Essentially.
yeah. But I presume they're completely enclosed. Like it's a spacesuit.
Yes.
Yeah. So
can
you'll
be
be a little
riding.
gnome in a with floppy arms and feet kind of a thing.
So
I can cast through this thing?
yes.
Okay.
I will say that you are at disadvantage to do any physical task.
Okay. That is completely fair.
Does getting fresh air wipe her exhaustion, or does the exhaustion remain?
The exhaustion remains, but will not get worse.
Okay.
She's got to recover.
So you're already at disadvantage on ability checks.
I was gonna say, I'm already at disadvantage on ability checks, and so, yeah.
So, yes. Let's walk.
Yep.
Let's go to the lifts. Lifts are operational. We can get to decks 13, 14, and 15 from there.
Okay.
This situation is bad, ladies. It's very bad.
Okay. How bad? What's
An additional detail, there is a sort of a welcoming and a diplomatic receiving area with some resting spaces on deck 13.
Okay.
The information that you got indicated that it should be a clear area.
Okay. And did I hear correctly earlier that there would be an access to the cargo bay from deck 13? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would make sense. That we go to deck 13.
Yep.
Right. Let's talk on the way.
Yep.
So
So what'd you find out? Like, obviously, the fact that you could get in there was a good thing.
This is not strictly a freighter for the Hegemony.
What do you mean?
They were doing contract work for somebody. That information was redacted. Transporting quote restricted items to some sort of redacted laboratory. Our guess probably would be the Rothian artifacts that we found out before.
Yeah.
Rothian artifacts require a power source, or they just sort of degenerate into goo. That power source is those brains in the jars that we destroyed, mostly.
So it's a good thing that we destroyed them.
Yes, as those were members of the crew.
What?
They were turned into that by a rogue AI program that sort of decoupled itself from the primary systems and took over the ship.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
No. You don't even have to try and hide that. No, this is bad.
You know what they say. Wherever you go, there you are. And here we are.
Also,
I almost want to hit her in the face with Fred. I almost want to.
No. So we're going to the hangar. The hangar has a number of Rothian artifacts. Now, whether they turn into goo or something, or we find more of these brains in the jar in the hangar, I don't know. Powering those devices or whatever. However, there's also something incredibly large, like a ship-sized item in the hangar. The information about said item has been deleted externally.
What do you mean externally?
Meaning it was not redacted by someone on the ship, nor was the information purged by the rogue AI.
Do you think we were sent here intentionally? With not all the information we should have had?
Oh, 100%.
Do you think that it was malicious, though?
Yeah.
50%.
Like, because that's the question, is because we absolutely did not have this information. But whether that was
We're being tested.
purposeful.
We are being tested. I don't like the whole Rothian aspect of this.
I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all.
The lift takes you ably and without issue to deck 13. You're able to find the diplomatic quarters easily enough. Mm-hmm. And it's possible to secure one of them. You're able to take an opportunity to have... This sets up the opportunity for a long rest, which we will explore, as well as what happened to our good robotic flyboy during our next session. I would like to thank everyone who has been watching this evening's edition of 8-Bit Adventures Plays Dark Matter. It's credits time!
Woo! Roll the credits!
For more information on the Dark Matter setting, check out the good folks at magehandpress.com, and don't worry if you end up at the middle finger of Vecna, because that's them too. This evening's music and sound effects has been brought to you by Tabletop Audio. You can find everything that they do online for free at tabletopaudio.com. For more information on 8-Bit Adventures, the gaming that we do, our main game, Tales of Jamora, as well as the art and podcasting and other crazy things that the 8-Bit crew does, visit 8-bitadventures.com. And for more information on how to create a crazy program like this in this gorgeous studio, get in touch with Pittsfield Community Television, who we would like to thank for allowing us to use this space.
Yeah, woo woo.
More information on them can be found at pittsfieldtv.org. So, on behalf of the 8-Bit Adventures Gaming Ensemble, I am Matthew Tucker, your Galaxy Master, saying have a fantastic 2 weeks, and we will see you here on Twitch and on Access Pittsfield next time. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
This is the way.